are in a hailstorm again. Hashtag Kyle's had enough walking in the sand. Because your ass has been glued to that seat. So we're just hiking along and come upon this. I wonder where the other 90% of it is. And I looked back in the mirror and I saw that the side skirting on our rig was flapping. Hey guys.
Hi, today we're headed into our 37th National Park.
Great Sand Dunes National Park. Here we come.
We're on our way into the Great Sand Dunes National Park and we realized, what did we realize, babe?
We have only 2 more days, or really 1 more day left on our National Park Pass until we have to get a new one. So in the Wandering Shores fashion, we decided to choose the hardest trail I think is in the park.
Yes.
It's called the
Is it the
Mosca.
Mosca.
M-O-S-C-A Pass Trail. So it's 6.2 miles with 1,400 feet of elevation. According to the reviews on Campendium, most of the elevation gain is all in the first 25% of the trail. So we've already started hiking uphill from the parking lot. So we're on the only flat area that we've had. We're only 100 yards into the hike. So.
And it follows the Mosca. Is it?
Mosca River
Mosca
Trail,
River.
I think.
Yeah. So.
Or creek. I don't know if it's pretty small.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd call that a creek.
But it could be a river up top. So, all right, we're taking you with us. So we're about halfway to the top of the pass. I checked my watch and we just hit about 750 feet of elevation gain. Got about 650 left. Beautiful trail. Some of it is definitely out in the sun and exposed. So, of course, we chose the warmest day this week to come hike, and we got here at noon. It's almost 80 degrees. And yes, I've got a long sleeve shirt on, but protects me from the sun more than it makes me hot, I guess. But yeah, beautiful trail. Highly recommend. I don't know what it's gonna be like when we get to the top, but I have a feeling it's gonna be a beautiful overlook. So we're just hiking along and come upon this. I wonder where the other 90% of it is. I don't know if that's deer or elk, but that bone snapped completely in half. And I don't see the rest of the skeleton. What do you think, Michelle?
Wow, it's like an actual limb.
All right, here we go. We'll climb, climb, climb. We made it to the top. So what's interesting about this trail is you basically hike from one parking lot to another. Now this doesn't really look like a parking lot. I mean, obviously there's a van there right now, but there's no like epic thing right at the end. There's just the other end of the trailhead where you sign in if you're starting here at this end. So we just had a great opportunity to talk to the 3 hikers up there, the 3 gentlemen. One of them's actually a Buckeye, so that had an instant connection, and they're geocaching. So they're actually heading up to get a geocache up there. And so if you guys are watching, John, Jay, and Terry, nice to meet you guys. We hope you got a chance to tune into our channel. We let them know about the Wandering Shores and even gave them stickers. They were excited and said they were going to get back. Jay said he wanted to show his wife because he had met us on the road, or met us on the trail. So we're going to turn around now and hike back, and I'll probably put the GoPro away for now, and then just use my phone. That way I can keep my hands free. But yeah, beautiful trail, but it's all downhill now. All right, we're finishing up. So the trailhead we used actually has 3 trails that you can take. The first one is the Mosca Pass Trail, which is the one we did. Then there's the Montville Nature Trail, which is about 0.8 miles and pretty flat. I mean, there's a little bit of elevation change. We actually took that from where the paths diverge. We actually took that on the way back and got a great view, or a great shot of the sand dunes. So I'll probably drop a photo of that here. And then there is the
trail called Wellington Ditch Trail that takes you to the campground.
Yeah, so there is a national forest or national park campground here, and we're going to actually swing over there before we leave today and pick up some water if the water spigots are working and are outside of the camping area. So we're almost to the trail. We had a little game on the way back. Up at the top, I asked Michelle, I said, how many people are we going to pass on the way back? She gave it some thought and said 3, which was the exact number I was going to pick. Well, it turned out to be 11,
Yep.
2 dogs, 3 horses.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. And actually 3 dogs because the horses had a dog too. The people with the horses had 1 dog.
Oh yeah, that's right. No, we actually saw 4 dogs then.
Yeah.
4 dogs
So we
and
were
3 horses and 11 people.
We were way off.
They must have been smart enough not to start in the middle of the day. They waited until it was a little bit cooler to come. So
I'm walking up to the Great Sand Dunes, and I'm not even to the dunes yet. I had to walk clear across all that sand. The dunes are up ahead, but the closer I get, the farther away it seems. Wouldn't you agree, Kyle?
yeah, and though it looks like sand, there's a huge section where during the spring water rushes through, so that section is sand and rocks. So you're actually walking on rocks, either barefoot or I didn't even bother with my sandals because I was just getting sand in everywhere anyway. So
Yeah, it didn't help at all.
really, my feet are exfoliated. Hashtag Kyle's had enough walking in the sand. Michelle's gonna walk a little bit further out into the dunes.
I have a toe cramp.
Oh gosh. So she literally made it about 15 feet away, and then she's already making an excuse because she said she was walking. I don't know if you can see. She said she was walking up to the top of that dune right there, which I told her is probably going to take you an hour. Oh, well, no, I'm just going to go where those people are that have their chairs over there. So we'll see how far she gets. But yeah, so walking into the sand dunes, you got quite a bit of distance to be able to get to the actual dunes, and there's a river that flows through here in the spring from the snow melt, and so a large section, probably 100 yards of the hike, is actually on sand/rocks. So it's got little pebbles and rocks that are from the riverbed when the water's out here, and boy, it doesn't feel very good on your feet, but you know, we made it. So it's beautiful, and it's very similar to the Imperial Dams out in California, Arizona border. But here goes Michelle.
My toe cramp's gone.
What you making, Michelle?
Oh, I'm making one of our favorite meals. I'm making Parmesan crusted chicken. Do some hammering out first, and then take one, dip it in our little coating. Don't need a whole lot of coating because it works really well.
What is the coating?
Oh, I used heavy whipping cream and 1 egg, and then I just mixed it up. In this container, I have I've got some Parmesan cheese, the shredded and the grated, and I coat it really, really good. And get a little messy. Don't need any flies. And then put it on our tray. And it's good. And this was just a little bit of cooking with Michelle.
Yummy, yummy.
Is it good?
I don't know yet. It's good.
So Kyle, why do you have me out walking?
Because your ass has been glued to that seat for work the last few days. Yesterday, I think you worked like 10 hours, and I'm not sure that your feet touched the ground.
Well, no, my feet did touch the ground.
Well, it touched the ground in the camper. They didn't get outside.
My butt didn't get off the chair.
Yeah, so I'm making her go every hour and 15 minutes. I'm getting her out to take a few steps to at least get some vitamin D.
Can't help it. Things have to get done.
Husband of the year over here. Husband of the year. Now get back to work, Michelle.
Right? Where are my other workaholics at?
Good morning, folks.
Good morning.
So we got up nice and early and headed out for a short hike, even though it's a weekday.
Yeah.
Michelle was able to escape work for a few hours, so we came over here to Zapata Falls. We had somebody on Facebook recommend this and it's only about 25 minutes from our campsite. So I have purposely not looked at any photos of it or at the information sign down there so that I don't know what it looks like. So I'm as surprised as you guys will be. Michelle, any words of wisdom?
And originally, I don't think we were going to come. We had seen a sign when we got here last week about there being a Zapata Falls, and I Googled it. But we really didn't give it much thought until one of our followers recommended it. So if it's recommended, we have to come.
Well, that, and when we went into the dunes the other day, we saw the sign for it and it said 28 miles. I thought, boy, that's an awful far drive to go see the falls. But then I realized today the sign actually says 2.8, but the period is so small you can barely see it. So we'll see. It's uphill, I tell you that right now. Okay, so we're not exactly sure where we go. We got here to the base, what I'm assuming is the base of the waterfalls. I don't see any waterfall currently, but then there's cable here. There's a do not trespass over there. There's a closed section. Looks like people climb up to the top there. And I can hear people yelling, so maybe we gotta go down this way around the corner. So, I don't know, we'll see. We'll show you what we find. Okay, so I decided to make my way across all the rocks to see if I can figure out where the waterfall is. All right, I'm making it around the corner.
Just missed the footage.
Oh, that's the waterfall?
Yeah, it's the big one's up top.
Oh, do you have to climb up to the top?
If you get to where he is, you can see it.
Oh, okay.
I climbed up, you can, it's very hard though.
Oh, okay. All right, well, I'll show you what we see here in a second. All right, so the guys that were just there said it's really hard to climb up to the top, but I'm gonna take my shoes off and at least walk over there because there's really no place to walk on the rocks. Had I known, I probably would have brought my water shoes. The things we'll do for you guys. Here we go. All right. Here we go, folks. Freezing cold water. Oh yeah, that's cold. All right, I'm gonna try to get over there without getting hypothermia. Oh. Holy cow. Woo. You gotta let my feet warm up. Rock that's not underwater. That was definitely worth the 0.4 mile hike out, even though there was about 200 feet of elevation. But yeah, that was really cool.
That was neat. That was really neat.
It was really cold. That may have been some of the coldest water I've been in before. We did not take the polar plunge this time. Sorry, folks, but too cold out right now, and we don't have any towels or anything to dry off with. My feet were already freezing, so we're gonna hike back down, and then we are actually going to go on another hike that's right outside our campsite. I think years ago it may have been a extra special beautiful hike, but with the lake being dry, it's probably just kind of a nice little stroll through the flatlands there by our campsite. So we'll take you over there. All right, we made it to the San Luis Lake Wildlife hike, and as you just saw, there was a snake out here sunning itself. We've actually seen quite a few of those snakes. I think they're just garter snakes. They're all over the campground. Unfortunately, you know, I love snakes, and unfortunately a lot of times they get run over because they lay out on the warm concrete, and then, you know, people don't see them, or people aim for them, one of the two. And but yeah, we're just out here. This is a 1.8 mile hike. Right now it's gravel road, so I don't know if it's gonna be any different the way out, but we'll show you. We actually found a little bit of water out here. So we didn't even know at the end of the trail is a cool little old homestead. Yeah. We zoom you around here. I'll go ahead and take you guys inside and show you. Sure, there's some history here to be told. Some type of nest up there. And then room 2. This would have been their front door view. Here she goes, folks. She's climbing the fence.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's how it's done.
I'm just gonna walk over here and go through the gate. Good morning, folks. So I've got sounds of Boys to Men, So Hard to Say Goodbye playing in my head. I probably can't insert the little clip here because I get flagged by copyright infringement, but we are getting ready to head out. We are here departing Great Sand Dunes National Park here at San Luis Lake Campground. They've got a dump station here, so we're going to dump on the way out. We filled up with water in our buckets when we went into town the other day at Maverick, so we should be full of water, and we've got really a long travel day, 2 long travel days. This is something we don't do very often. We're actually going to be just staying in overnight at a crash pad and then finishing our drive. So we are heading out today. Ultimate goal tomorrow afternoon or early evening is to get over to Payson, Arizona. But tonight we're going to be stopping over in Shiprock, New Mexico. We're going to be staying overnight at a casino parking lot, which will be the first time we've ever done that. We're staying at the Flowing Water Casino parking lot. It's a Native American reservation, and they've got a pretty nice spot from everything I can see on Campendium. And we're actually going to go inside and have a dinner there too, because the comments said that it was great food and pretty inexpensive. So Michelle's just finishing up her responsibilities inside, going through her checklist. I'm getting ready to jump in here and check my checklist, make sure we got everything. We got to pull off the blocks, and we will be headed over to the dump station. So we are making some progress. We're about an hour 15 minutes into the drive. We just pulled over here at this chain up area. We're getting ready to climb one of the mountain passes here on Colorado 17, and it is absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you. This Colorado 17 is a gorgeous drive. Highly recommend it. We'll be dropping in a few of our travel shots as we're driving through. Obviously everything is gold and yellow, and oh yeah, Michelle's here.
I grabbed some snacks. I got some meatballs and some pork rinds.
The food of champions. 5 hours later, we made it to Flowing Water Casino. There it is over there. We are out here in the parking lot. We have a friend joining us here. He just walked up, or she, I think it's a she, just walked up and was checking on us. Come here. She was just letting me pet her a second ago. Come here. Come here. Come here. Say hi. Say hi to everyone. I don't know who she belongs to. I'm guessing maybe that house that's over behind us, but she's super sweet. She probably smells the kitty cats. But yeah, so we checked in at the casino here. We just needed to give them our phone number, name, and license plate numbers for the camper and the car, and we are good to go. We're going to go in a little bit and have some dinner, but we're going to camp here. It's about 80 degrees here, so it's pretty warm. They said you can actually run your generators if you want to, so we're probably not going to, but if we do, we can just run it out of the back of the truck to turn on the air conditioner. But I think we're good. We're getting tons of solar, as you can probably tell from me squinting. So I'll probably film a little bit inside if I'm allowed when we go in to get dinner. And yeah, we're just here for overnight, and then we head out in the morning. Michelle's got a meeting first thing in the morning, and then we'll head out. We tested our Verizon here. We're getting decent signal, about 10 down and only about 2 up, and it seems to be working okay for a video conference that she's got tomorrow. But we'll probably just pull the Starlink out in the morning and put it over here and face it to the northern sky. So good morning. morning. We are back on the road, and we've been driving for about an hour and a half. I don't know if you can tell, I've got the dead cat on here, but it's really windy. And I looked back in the mirror and I saw that the side skirting on our rig was flapping pretty significantly in the wind. It's been super windy. And I look back here and it looks like, yeah, this bracket, this mount right here has come undone. So you can see how flappy it is now. So I'm definitely gonna have to secure this somehow. It's still got the screw in it, so I might be able just to re-drill it. But yeah, travel day fun. Fingers crossed I got a temporary fix. Let me get under here. You can see right here, this bracket had come off, and you can see where it's actually tearing the aluminum. So I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm gonna have to do some little JB weld on it or something. But I was able to tap a new screw in there and get this secured, so it's a lot better now. What's funny is I actually bought a couple of those metal brackets that go from the frame to the outside of the skirting probably about a month ago and never installed them. So looks like I'll have a project when we get over to our destination. So Michelle's here. Let me show you.
Hey, I'm working away, trying to.
So we've still got about 3 hours left on our drive. I may stop here and get some gas because we don't have enough gas to get all the way there. At some point we're gonna have to fill up, and since we're already here. But I don't know, looks like probably the flow of cars at the gas station is not gonna make it easy for me to get in there. So we may have to go on a little bit further. We're probably about 12 to 15 miles north of Gallup, New Mexico before we start heading west on 40.